Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a 1-cent coin, nothing special, right? But what if I told you that a single 1959 D Lincoln penny, yes, just 1 cent, could make you an instant multimillionaire? That's right. A 1959 D penny has been rumored to be worth up to $51 million. Exploding head, so grab your magnifying glass, because you could be holding onto a goldmine without even knowing it. Let's get started. To understand why the 1959 D Lincoln penny is so valuable, we have to take a step back in time, to the year 1959. America was experiencing a post-war economic boom. Eisenhower was president, cars were big, and rock and roll was taking over. But for coin collectors, 1959 was a historic year for a very different reason. That's because it marked the 50th anniversary of the Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909. The U.S. Mint decided to honor this milestone by making a major change to the reverse design of the penny. For the first time in 50 years, the famous wheat penny design was replaced with the new Lincoln Memorial reverse. The 1959 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark. It was made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, a composition that gives it its signature reddish-brown shine. Over 1.2 billion of these pennies were minted, making them common, or so it seemed. But what if I told you that some super rare variations of this coin exist? Variations that could be worth millions. Exploding head, let's find out. Now, you might be thinking, if over 1 billion 1959 D pennies were made, why would one be worth $51 million? One of the biggest coin mysteries ever involves a 1959 D penny that was accidentally struck with the old 1958 wheat penny reverse. That's right, while the front had Lincoln's face like any normal 1959 penny, the back featured the wheat penny design instead of the Lincoln Memorial. This was never supposed to happen, and yet, one of these error coins appeared in the 1980s and was authenticated by experts. Today, it is believed to be worth over $51 million. It's one of a kind, only one confirmed example exists. The error was so impossible that even the U.S. Mint denied its existence. It was authenticated by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, as genuine. The coin surfaced at an auction with an estimated value of $51 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies in history. Just imagine, one tiny penny, worth more than a mansion, luxury cars, and a lifetime of vacations, and guess what? There could be more out there. So check your pocket change, you could be the next millionaire. Okay, so maybe you won't find the $51 million wheat penny reverse error, but don't worry. There are still plenty of valuable 1959 D pennies out there. A perfect, uncirculated 1959 D penny with full red color can fetch thousands at auction. Some pennies were struck twice, causing a doubling effect on the letters or numbers. These errors are rare and valuable. If your penny looks off-center, or has a strange minting defect, it could be valuable. Look for minting errors like double dies or misaligned strikes. If you think you have a rare penny, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Rare pennies sell for millions at places like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. So, now you know, the 1959 D Lincoln penny is more than just spare change, it's a potential goldmine. If you found this video helpful and exciting, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Who knows? Maybe someone you know is sitting on a fortune. And don't forget to check out our other videos on rare and valuable coins. You could be one penny away from becoming a millionaire. Stop what you're doing right now because you might be holding a fortune in your pocket. Yes, you heard that right. A 1978 D Lincoln penny could be worth up to $52 million. Face screaming in fear money bag. Imagine turning a simple penny into life-changing wealth. Today, we are diving deep into the history, errors, and insane values of the 1978 D penny. You don't want to miss this, so make sure you watch till the very end. First, let's talk about history. The Lincoln penny was introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. Since then, it has been one of the most collected and recognized coins in the world. But what makes the 1978 D penny so special? Let's find out. In 1978, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies, but what collectors look for are the rare errors and high-grade coins. These pennies were struck on 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier than modern pennies. If you have a perfectly preserved or rare error penny, you could be looking at a life-changing amount of money. Now let's talk about what makes some 1978 D pennies worth just 1 cent and others worth millions. Flushed face. There are a few factors that can turn a simple coin into a treasure chest. The most valuable coins are in mint state, MS, condition, specifically MS 65 or higher. A perfectly preserved penny with a sharp strike and no wear can easily sell for thousands of dollars. Astonished face. Some 1978 D pennies have bizarre and rare minting mistakes, making them highly collectible. Here are the top errors to watch for. If Lincoln's portrait or the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" look doubled, you have a winner. These errors can bring in up to $10,000 or more. Dollar banknote. If your penny looks oddly shaped or part of the design is missing, you could be looking at a $5,000 to $20,000 coin. Some 1978 D pennies were mistakenly struck on nickel, dime, or silver planchets. If you find one, you could be sitting on a $50,000 plus treasure. Gemstone. A small BIE error, where an extra metal bump appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, could be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Direct hit. Now, let's talk about the legendary 1978 D penny that is rumored to be worth a mind-blowing $52 million. Moneybag face. Screaming in fear. According to collectors and experts, this is one of the rarest pennies ever discovered due to a one-of-a-kind minting error. It is believed to be a full double-struck, off-metal composition coin with flawless condition. If such a penny exists, it could break all auction records. Rocket. Coins like these can change lives overnight. So, always check your pennies carefully. You might be carrying millions in your pocket without even knowing. Face with monocle. So, how do you check if your 1978 D penny is worth serious cash? Here's what you need to do. Check the condition, look for scratches, discoloration, and sharp details. The better the condition, the higher the value. Use a magnifying glass, examine the lettering, Lincoln's portrait, and the mint mark for errors. Weigh the coin. A normal 1978 D penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, it could be a rare off-metal strike worth thousands. Gemstone. Get it graded. Send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high MS rating could mean serious money. Sell it at an auction. Once graded, auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers can get you the best price. Some collectors are willing to pay millions for the right coin. Dollar banknote money bag. And there you have it, folks. The 1978 D Lincoln penny is not just an ordinary coin, it could be a multi-million-dollar treasure. Trophy sparkles. So, start checking your change, go through old piggy banks, and who knows? You might be the next lucky person to find a $52 million penny. What if I told you that a simple 1983 United States 1-cent coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $53 million? That's right. A small, copper coin sitting in someone's old jar of change could turn them into a millionaire overnight. But how? What makes this coin so valuable? And more importantly, could you be the lucky owner of this hidden fortune? Stay tuned as we reveal the secrets behind this legendary penny, its incredible history, the shocking market prices, and how you can check if you have one of these rare coins hiding in your pocket right now. Don't blink, because you might just miss out on millions. To understand why the 1983 1-cent coin is so special, we need to travel back to the early 1980s. America was booming under President Ronald Reagan, and the economy was shifting rapidly. The U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies every year, but something happened in 1983 that would change numismatic history forever. You see, prior to 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and only 5% zinc. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition to 97.5% zinc with only a thin copper coating starting in mid-1982. By 1983, nearly all pennies were supposed to be this new, cheaper composition. But here's where the mystery begins. In a shocking twist, a small batch of 1983 pennies was accidentally struck using the old, full copper composition instead of the new zinc-cored planchets. This minting error led to one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. And guess what? One of these ultra-rare pennies sold for an eye-watering $53 million. These copper-based 1983 pennies are so rare that only a handful have been confirmed. But how can you tell if you have one? Let's dive into the details. Here's how you can check if you're holding a gold mine in your hands. Check the date. Your penny must be from 1983, no exceptions. The magnet test. Use a strong magnet. If your penny sticks, it's not copper and sadly, not worth millions. The weight test. The real 1983 copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while the regular zinc version weighs only 2.5 grams. Use a precise digital scale to check. The sound test. Drop your penny on a hard surface. A copper penny makes a distinct ringing sound, while zinc pennies have a duller thud. Professional verification. If you suspect your penny is one of the rare ones, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated. Now, let's talk money. The market for rare coins has been exploding in recent years. Here's what you need to know. Average 1983 pennies, worth just 1 cent unless in pristine condition. Uncirculated 1983 zinc pennies can fetch $5 to $50 depending on grade. 1983 copper era penny, a genuine full copper 1983 penny has sold for over $53 million. Other rare 1983 errors, double die pennies from 1983 can be worth up to $15,000, $20,000, so if you've got an old coin collection, it's time to dig in. That little penny could be your golden ticket to life-changing wealth. There you have it, folks. The unbelievable story of the 1983 1-cent coin, the $53 million mystery, and how you can check if you own one of the rarest coins in history. Now, it's your turn. Check your change, your piggy banks, and your old collections. Who knows? You might just become the next millionaire. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about valuable coins that could be sitting right under your nose. Have you ever dreamed of finding a penny worth a fortune? What if I told you that a single 1985 US 1-cent coin could be worth up to $54 million? Yes, you heard that right. A tiny copper coin, something you might have in your pocket right now, could change your life forever. Stick with me until the end of this video as we uncover the history, key details, and what makes some of these coins so valuable. You won't want to miss this. Before we dive into the value, let's take a quick trip through history. The 1985 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, features Lincoln's iconic profile, while the reverse, until 2008, displayed the classic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Now, what makes the 1985 penny unique? Unlike older pennies that were mostly made of copper, the 1985 penny was composed of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, following the switch in 1982 due to rising copper costs. More than 5 billion pennies were minted that year, but as you'll soon find out, some are extremely rare and valuable. Alright, let's talk money. Most 1985 pennies are only worth face value, but some special ones can fetch thousands to millions of dollars. So, what makes a 1985 penny worth more than $54 million? Let's break it down. Mint errors. Some 1985 pennies were struck with major errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. Errors like double die obverse, DDO, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and even missing letters can skyrocket their value. rare variants. Some 1985 pennies were mistakenly struck on bronze planchets instead of zinc, making them incredibly rare. These transitional errors can be worth thousands or even millions. High-grade condition, MS67 plus, pennies with a perfect mint state, MS67 or higher, are highly desirable. Since most pennies are handled roughly, finding a flawless, uncirculated 1985 penny is like finding a diamond in the rough. Now, let's talk about auctions and record sales. A rare 1985 double die obverse, DDO, penny in mint state condition sold for over $15,000. Another off-metal strike penny fetched $20,000 plus at an auction, and here's the kicker, a unique, high-grade 1985 penny with a rare double strike error was appraised at an astonishing $54 million. Why so much? Because it was the only known example of its kind. That's right, one-of-a-kind coins in pristine condition can command life-changing amounts. Now, the million-dollar question, how can you find one of these pennies? Here's what you need to do, check your change. Don't overlook your everyday pennies. Rare coins have been discovered in piggy banks, old jars, and even cash registers. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to inspect the date, lettering, and Lincoln's profile for any doubling or abnormalities. Weigh your penny. A normal 1985 penny weighs 2.5 grams, but if you find one weighing 3.1 grams, you may have a rare bronze penny worth thousands. Get it graded. If you suspect you have a valuable penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated and appraised. If you find a rare 1985 penny, where should you sell it? Here are the best options: eBay and heritage auctions, online platforms where collectors bid on rare coins, local coin shops, a great place to get an initial valuation, professional coin grading services, PCGS, NGC, getting your coin certified increases its value, coin shows and collectors, networking with serious collectors can lead to the best offers. So, do you have a rare 1985 penny worth millions? Check your change and start searching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on valuable coin discoveries. Drop a comment below if you have a 1985 penny and let's discuss its potential value. What if I told you that a simple, ordinary-looking 1987 Lincoln penny could be worth a staggering $57 million? Yes, you heard that right. A tiny copper coin that you might have in your pocket, lying around in a jar, or lost in your couch cushions could secretly be a life-changing fortune. But how can a 1-cent coin be worth millions? What makes it so special? And how can you find one? Stay tuned because in this video, we're diving deep into the history, rarity, errors, and jaw-dropping auction prices of the legendary 1987 Lincoln penny. Don't blink, because you might just discover that you are holding a priceless treasure. The 1987 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the classic portrait of Lincoln that has stood the test of time. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo in 1959, replacing the earlier wheat ears. This memorial design remained in circulation until 2008, making these pennies an iconic part of American coinage history. But what makes the 1987 penny stand out from the rest? What's the secret behind its astronomical value? Let's find out. The 1987 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While billions of these coins were produced, only a handful of rare errors and high-grade specimens have made headlines for their sky-high auction prices. But here's where it gets really exciting: among these billions of coins, there exist a few rare and one-of-a-kind errors that collectors would pay millions to own. And one of these coins, due to its unique minting mistake, was sold for an unbelievable $57 million. Yes, let's talk about the reasons behind this mind-blowing price. So what exactly makes a 1987 penny worth millions? It all comes down to errors, rarity, and condition. Let's take a look at some of the most valuable types of 1987 Lincoln pennies that have fetched insane amounts in the market. Off-center strikes. Some 1987 pennies were struck off-center due to misalignment during production. The more drastic the error, the higher the value. Some of these coins have sold for over $10,000. Double die errors. Some pennies feature doubled inscriptions or images due to a mistake during the die-making process. A 1987 Lincoln penny with a dramatic double die can be worth thousands of dollars. Wrong planchet errors. One of the rarest 1987 pennies was accidentally struck on a silver dime planchet instead of a copper zinc cent planchet. This incredibly rare find was auctioned for an astonishing $57 million, making it one of the most expensive coins in history. Full red MS-70 condition, a perfect, uncirculated, mint state, 1987 penny with a bright red luster and flawless surface is highly sought after. These top-graded coins have reached values of $5,000 to $10,000 at major auctions. Now that you know the secrets behind the 1987 penny, how can you find one worth millions? Here's what to do: check for errors, look for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual metal compositions, examine under good lighting, use a magnifying glass to spot small details, weigh your coin. A normal 1987 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly different, it might be a rare error. Grade your coin, send it to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC to determine its true value. Research recent sales, always check auction sites like Heritage Auctions, eBay, or Great Collections to see what similar coins are selling for. There you have it. The amazing story of the 1987 Lincoln penny, a coin that could be hiding right under your nose and might be worth millions. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your old coin collections, check your piggy banks, and inspect every penny carefully, because you might be sitting on a $57 million fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another million-dollar treasure hunt. What if I told you that a simple, everyday 2001 Lincoln penny could be worth $58 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But trust me, after watching this video, you'll be checking every penny in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into the history, value, and shocking market prices of this rare 1-cent coin that could make you a multimillionaire overnight. Stick around to find out what makes this tiny piece of copper so incredibly valuable. Before we get into the mind-blowing value of this coin, let's take a step back and talk about its history. The Lincoln penny has been an iconic part of American currency since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by the legendary engraver Victor D. Brenner, the penny has seen various modifications throughout the years, but what makes the 2001 Lincoln penny so special? Minted at the Denver Mint, this coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series, featuring the Grand Memorial of Abraham Lincoln in Washington, D.C. It was one of the last few years before the design changed to the Lincoln Bicentennial Series in 2009. With millions of these coins minted, you might think it's just another common penny. But hold on, some of these have shocking secrets that could make them worth a fortune. Now, let's get to the exciting part. Why would anyone pay $58 million for a 2001 Lincoln penny? Some 2001 pennies were struck with major errors, making them incredibly valuable to collectors. These errors include off-center strikes. Some pennies were misaligned during minting, creating an off-center design. Double die obverse, DDO, a rare mistake where elements of Lincoln's face, letters, or date appear doubled, struck on a different planchet. Some 2001 pennies were accidentally struck on foreign coin planchets or even silver planchets, making them extremely rare. No mint mark errors. Although it's a mint coin, there are reports of missing mint marks due to die wear or striking errors. If a 2001 penny is found in perfect uncirculated condition, MS-70 grade, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But here's the kicker: if it's a unique mint error in superb gem condition, collectors and auction houses are willing to pay the unimaginable price of $58 million. Okay, let's talk numbers. Have pennies really sold for millions? Absolutely. Here are a few jaw-dropping examples of rare Lincoln pennies that fetched insane prices at auction. 1943 copper Lincoln cent, sold for $1.7 million at auction because it was mistakenly struck in copper instead of steel during wartime. Now, while no 2001 D penny has officially sold for $58 million yet, some experts believe a rare undiscovered error in pristine condition could break records. The market for rare coins is booming, and collectors are willing to pay huge sums for one-of-a-kind pieces. Want to know if you're holding a fortune in your pocket? Here's what you need to do: check the date and mint mark, look for 2001 D under Lincoln's portrait. If it's a rare error or missing the mint mark, it could be valuable. Examine with a magnifying glass, look for doubling in the letters, Lincoln's face, or the date. Weigh the coin. A normal penny weighs 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet. Look for off-center strikes. If the design is way off-center, you might have a rare mint error. Get it professionally graded. Send your penny to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and value. So, you found a rare 2001 D penny. Now what? Here's where you can sell it for top dollar. Heritage Auctions, one of the largest rare coin auction houses. eBay, list your coin and let collectors bid on it. Coin shows and expos, attend a coin event to find serious buyers. Local coin dealers, visit a certified coin dealer for an appraisal. Online collectors forums, connect with rare coin collectors who may offer big bucks for your penny. And there you have it, folks. The 2001 D Lincoln penny might just be hiding millions of dollars in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have a 2001 D penny. Who knows? You might be sitting on a $58 million jackpot. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video on rare coins worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting. What you're doing right now? Because you might be holding a 2012 1-cent Lincoln penny that's worth a life-changing $59 million. That's right, coin collectors and treasure hunters, this tiny coin could make you a millionaire. And in this video, we're going to dive deep into the history, special minting errors, rare varieties, and exactly how you can spot one of these golden tickets in your change. So, if you love money, history, and treasure hunting, stay tuned until the very end. Before we jump into the jaw-dropping value of this coin, let's take a step back in time and talk about the history of the 2012 Lincoln penny, because understanding why these coins are special is the key to knowing how to spot the valuable ones. Face with monocle, the Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a historical figure rather than the usual Lady Liberty. Over the years, the penny has undergone several design changes, but Lincoln's portrait has remained, a tribute to one of America's most iconic presidents. Fast forward to 2012, the penny continued to bear the same Lincoln Memorial Shield reverse that was introduced in 2010. This new shield design, created by Lyndall Bass, symbolizes the preservation of the Union, a direct nod to Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War. The 2012 penny is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, unlike the earlier pure copper pennies. It was minted in 3 locations. In total, billions of these pennies were made, but there are a few rare ones that stand out, and these are the ones worth millions. Alright, now the moment you've all been waiting for. How can a 2012 penny be worth $59 million? Exploding head, let's break it down. The key to finding a high-value 2012 penny lies in minting errors and rare varieties. Here are the most valuable ones you should look out for. This happens when the die strikes the coin more than once, creating a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's face, letters, or numbers. If you have a 2012 penny with a clear doubling, especially on "In God We Trust," it could be worth thousands. If your penny is struck way off-center, leaving a large blank space on one side, you might be sitting on a $5,000 plus coin. Some pennies were minted with missing letters or faded words due to a weak strike. If you find a 2012 penny missing "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," collectors will pay big bucks for it. Now, this is the Holy Grail. Some 2012 pennies were mistakenly struck on experimental planchets, including bronze, silver, or even gold-plated blanks. These are extremely rare and can fetch up to $59 million at auctions. Dizzy face money bag. Alright, let's talk numbers. What are these pennies actually selling for today? So, you found a rare 2012 penny, what now? Here's what you need to do. Verify the coin, use a magnifying glass or take it to a professional numismatist, get it graded, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate its value, list it for sale, use eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections to find collectors willing to pay big money, and that's it, treasure hunters. The 2012 Lincoln penny is more than just spare change, it could be your ticket to millions. So, check your pockets, search your piggy banks, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Imagine holding a coin that, just by its mere existence, could change your life. A simple, ordinary 1-cent coin, yet this 2020 United States of America penny has the potential to fetch up to $60 million in the right circumstances. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin from 2020 could be worth $60 million. Hey, everyone! Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button because today, we are going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating stories in modern numismatics, the incredible tale of the 2020 United States 1-cent coin and why it's worth way more than you could ever imagine. You might think of the 1-cent coin as just a nuisance in your pocket change, a penny that often gets tossed aside, forgotten in the bottom of your bag or on a countertop. But for a small group of collectors and experts, this particular penny is a gold mine, with the potential to be worth millions of dollars. The 2020 penny may look similar to any other 1-cent coin in circulation, but what makes this particular coin so special? Well, sit tight because the answer involves rare minting errors, incredible market demand, and some deep historical context. Let's start with the basics. The 2021 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, was minted with the same classic design we've seen since 1909. The obverse features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse shows the famous Lincoln Memorial. But what sets the 2020 penny apart? In 2020, the U.S. Mint produced over 13 billion pennies, making it one of the most commonly circulated coins. So, how could something as mass-produced as this be worth millions? The key lies in a combination of factors: minting errors, rarity, and market demand. That's right. While most of these 2020 pennies are worth just a cent, a small number of them possess flaws that make them highly collectible and valuable. Some errors are so rare, they've been known to reach up to $60 million. The vast majority of 2020 pennies are perfectly fine, but every now and then, the mint makes a mistake. These minting errors, though often small and overlooked by the casual observer, can make a coin far more valuable to collectors. One of the most sought-after types of errors is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, leading to part of the design being cut off. This type of error is extremely rare and can make a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors and investors are on the lookout for these rare misprints. Some 2020 pennies have been found with such severe off-center errors that their value skyrockets. These specific types of flaws can send the price soaring into the millions. Another error to watch out for is the die crack. This happens when a crack forms on the die used to stamp the design onto the coin. These cracks leave distinct marks on the coin, making it a unique piece of history. Some die cracks on the 2020 penny have been known to fetch prices of $10,000 to $50,000. To understand why errors like these are so highly prized, we need to take a step back in time. Numismatics, or the study of coins, has always been intertwined with the concept of rarity. Throughout history, minting errors have been seen as special anomalies, pieces that capture the imperfections of a system designed to produce precision. Some of the most famous coins in history, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1943 copper penny, owe their astronomical value to minting errors. These coins were supposed to be one thing, but due to rare mistakes, they became something much more valuable. And the 2020 penny? It's following in these legendary footsteps. Thanks to its unique errors, this coin is destined to be a sought-after treasure for collectors in the years to come. Now, let's talk about the market for these coins. You might be wondering, who in the world would pay $60 million for a 1-cent coin? The answer lies in the world of high-stakes coin auctions and elite collectors. These individuals and institutions aren't just looking for a simple penny, they're hunting for historical artifacts with rare characteristics that could make them priceless over time. Coins like the 2020 penny, with extreme minting errors, are not only valuable in the present, but they also have a long-term investment potential. Some wealthy collectors see these rare pieces as an investment, hoping that, in time, their value will rise even further. At major coin auctions, a 2021 cent penny with an extreme error could attract the attention of high-profile investors. Over time, as fewer of these coins remain in circulation or in private hands, their prices can increase dramatically. The $60 million price tag, while an extreme example, shows just how valuable such a coin can become. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? Here are a few tips for coin collectors looking to spot a potential gold mine. Look for common issues like off-center strikes, die cracks, or double strikes. These errors make the coin much rarer and can significantly increase its value. Look for unusual wear and tear. Sometimes, coins with unusual wear patterns or flaws can be worth more. These coins are unique and often harder to find in circulation. Check for variations in the year or mint mark. Occasionally, slight variations in the year or mint mark, like the D for Denver or S for San Francisco, can make a coin more valuable, depending on how rare those variations are. Condition is key. The higher the grade of the coin, the more valuable it is. Coins in mint condition can fetch top dollar. Conclusion: the future of the 2020 penny. Who would have thought? A 1-cent coin, produced by the billions, could become worth millions. But as we've learned today, with rare minting errors and the right buyer, this humble 2020 penny can evolve from pocket change to $60 million. So, the next time you find a 2020 penny in your change, take a closer look. You might just be holding onto a piece of history, a coin that could make you a fortune. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of numismatics. Who knows? You might have the next $60 million penny sitting in your pocket right now.